What misconceptions do people have about your Black job?
The misconceptions about my Black job that people have is that we all follow the leader. We all follow the same rules and we all move in the same ways.
The number one misconception that so many of us are in these positions to have seats of power when it's actually, I'm in this position to ensure that these policies work.
In the jobs in which I have, individuals may think that they're only for titles. We want to be able to help our people in every way in which we can. And if that means doing a multitude of different things, then I'm willing to have the sacrifice and do those things. It's not up to us to allow other perceptions of us to impact us or stop us from doing what we're supposed to do.
The reality is, if there weren't so many of us at the table, the progress that we've made wouldn't have happened.
So whatever misconceptions people may have about us, that's on them. That's their misconception. What's my role is to do my job, and my job is to put on and help us.
I think people have the misconception of why. I mean, why do you do what you do? I don't necessarily ascribe to the notion that if you love it, it ain't work, because I work damn hard at my Black job. And I guess it's the words of the great American poet Christopher Wallace, you know, I'll sleep when I die.
The misconceptions people have is that I'm not as smart or intellectual as my white counterparts.
What I'm doing is showing people how to bridge that generational wealth gap by way of equality and equity. And now here you have a Black woman who has a franchise of chain restaurants, but it was the misconceptions that put the battery in my back to make me keep going.
How do you think these misconceptions affect opportunities for others wanting to be in the same field?
It actually hinders people from wanting to be a part of the process.
Whenever we have misconceptions where we try to put people into certain boxes, all we're doing is constraining their potential.
But it also, unfortunately, allows for communities to have distrust of everyone who is part of the process.
These misconceptions about my Black job keep other Blacks from getting into medical school. We only make up 5% of the doctors in the U.S.
I mean, I think you have to understand that the reason we're having this conversation is because of the tone and tenor of racism, saying you are that because of the way that you look or who you love or who you pray to, attempting to divide us when we really have more things in common than we do that set us apart.
It affects your workload more than you even can know because you find yourself working a lot harder. I believe it affects the generation coming. It's important for us to change the narrative.
I think now people are so interested in the truth. I do think it's important for the people coming behind me, behind us, behind our generation, to know that they can bring their true selves to their work.
You know, for a long time, we didn't think women could be good coders or engineers. For a long time, we didn't think Black people could be President of the United States. And that just doesn't make any sense.
If we don't participate, then we are not able to create those policies that are going to work for us. The reality is, I want to defeat Donald Trump. I want to protect abortion access and reproductive rights in this country.
It is clear that historically, Black-owned businesses weren't always taken as serious. But the reality of it is it will affect other businesses because where I'm at right now in business with my Black job, I am creating a blueprint that doesn't exist.
I think that's one of the things that I care about most, turning the page on the ugly history and bigotry that's kind of shown through.
So the misconceptions could very well affect the next business, which is why I debunk them from now as I build the blueprint so that when somebody comes behind me, they will be all right.
Oh, I think sometimes people have imposter syndrome. I think sometimes individuals feel as if they're not good enough, but I just want to encourage everybody to know that God gave you a calling, you got your own purpose, and you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, fulfill out your destiny. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Your job is whatever the job that God gave you to go do. So go do that and do it well. And if you need help, we're going to be here to help you.